People often ask me, what are the ingredients to a great speech? I'm going to turn that on its head for a bit, and I'm going to talk about the 10 or more ingredients to a really bad speech. If you've seen a bad speech, it will have many of these characteristics in it. Speeches that are dull, speeches that bore you, speeches that send you to sleep. Authenticity is key. Speak from your heart. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You do not need to rehearse. You don't rehearse for anything else, do you? Don't worry about rehearsals. Just go out and speak. You might lose your way, but you'll be authentic. Really? If people who are athletes practice and they do rehearsals for 3, 4, 5 months before they get into a competition, if the speech is worth giving, shouldn't you rehearse too? How long to speak for? Listen, you've been asked to speak. This is your one-off opportunity. Speak for 30 minutes or 45. You know, actually, you're an expert witness. You've been asked to give a keynote speech. Speak for 60. That's a nice round number. They won't feel like you've cheated them and that you've shortchanged them. Really? Attention spans are getting shorter and shorter all the time. If you can't grab people's attention within 6 or 7 seconds and hold it, what the hell are you speaking for? You know, TEDMED and TED speeches, they are limited to a maximum of 18 minutes, but most of the successful ones are 4, 5, 6 or 7 minutes. Limit yourself to that. You don't have to tell them everything you know. You have to give them one big idea, and then guess what? Shut up. You don't need to smile. You don't need to look at their faces. You don't need to create a personal bond with them. They might think you're hitting on them. Heaven's sake. Just deliver, broadcast your message. It'll be fine. People hear at different paces. They hear at a different speed and at different levels to how you broadcast. You need to be playing give and take with them. You need to be seeing how they're responding. Are they nodding? Are they smiling? Are they looking at their phones? Are they talking to each other? Do you need to go back? Do you need to pause? You have to smile. You have to create a bond. This is not a radio broadcast. That's another topic altogether. You need to get this two-way relationship moving. There's no such thing as an overused analogy. Use a cliche. People like them. They're familiar with them. They know them all the time. To be honest, most analogies are cliches. Cliche means they've lost all their potency. They've lost the color. They've lost any texture. They've lost any meaning. You're just making noise. You're not making points. Use fresh analogies. Use comparisons that make people think. You're trying to get them to think. You're trying to get them to remember. Use an analogy that does that job for you. PowerPoint. PowerPoint is your friend. Always use PowerPoint. Use it for pictures, use it for presentations, use it for everything. It's often a great help to you. It's an aid memoir. Write all your speaker notes onto the PowerPoint slides. It doesn't matter how many points there are, and it doesn't matter how small the size of the font is. You can read it as well. You can turn around and read it. It's amazing. You need no preparation. What could be better or easier for you? PowerPoint kills. PowerPoint bores people. If you haven't been bored by a PowerPoint presentation, you haven't seen one. PowerPoint presentations should be used in only the most exceptional circumstances, when they actually underpin and support what you're saying, not when they replace what you're saying, and not when they're a crutch for your memory or your preparation. Always start talking as soon as you get on the stage. It's fine. You're being active. You know, you don't need to give them time to put their phones down, to think, to consider. You don't need to let the cameras get time to focus on you. No, 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 no. This is important stuff. Start talking immediately. No pauses. No time for them to focus on you. None of that. To be honest, at TEDMED, one of the biggest things, the massive cameras at the back, they need to focus where you are on the red dot because they're live streaming to over 100 countries. And this is important. You're giving an important message. Just stand up there, take 2 to 3 seconds to pause, give the cameras time to focus, calm yourself, get the attention of your audience, and then start with your speech. You don't need to worry about how you articulate your words and how you deliver, whether you speak fast or slowly. Just give it all at the same speed, because this is something that they will be able to then process easily and digestibly, if you understand what I mean. There's no need for highs, there's no need for lows. Just keep it all nice and monotone. You don't want to scare the horses, do you? A good speech is like great music. It has ups and downs. It has pauses, silences. Pauses are magic. And then it has stuff that's really fast. Don't use monotone in your speech unless you want to see a whole lot of people sleeping, or worse, looking at their phone, watching Facebook. Variety is the spice of life, they say. Use lots of different analogies, different words, different themes. Be far-ranging, wide-ranging, extremely broad. It's up to them to pay attention and to follow. They're the audience. You're just giving your speech. What's the big idea is the theme behind all TED and TEDMED talks. What's the big idea? What's the big theme? What's the big call to action? Say 1 or 2 things, maybe 3 maximum, and then let them absorb it. You're trying to trigger action. You're trying to change behavior. You're not trying to have an essay spoken. What's your big idea? Tell that and then leave it alone. If you'd like some help with identifying, distilling, and crafting your message and then performing and delivering it, get in touch.